Hey, Cowboy Ryan, let's talk about rodeo business, okay? The business aspect of how to score higher, how to win more often, okay? Here it is. Ready? You got to learn to play the game. This is a game, okay? And whether you like it or not, there is a lot of favoritism. There's a lot of politics in the game, and if you don't, if you go against the grain, you're gonna have a really tough time. But if you learn to play the game, guys, it is gonna all of a sudden you're gonna start getting scored what you should be scored. Okay, it's that simple. So here is step one. This is what you do. Now you gotta think in mind. You're there as a rodeo rider to entertain the crowd. Let me say that again. You're there at the rodeo to entertain the crowd. The people in the grandstands are the ones that is paying the money, bringing the money, and they're going to be paying your winnings. So, you know what that means? You've got to entertain them. This is so easy. And when all of a sudden I figured this one out, I noticed that I was going to the rodeo, and pretty soon I started noticing I started getting scored what I thought I should be getting scored. If I should have got a reride, I noticed all of a sudden, man, now I'm starting to get the reride that I deserved. And the big thing is, I started getting the crowd behind me, the crowd wanting to see me win. So when I won my rodeo championship in 2004 at the Mesquite Rodeos, I'd been on TV for 6 months every single weekend. And by the time it came down to that, I had millions of people, cheering me on, wanting to see me be the champ and walk away with the buckle, which I did. So check this out. It's really simple. This is what you're going to do, guys. You're going to get a tiny little piece of paper. It doesn't have to be big at all. And what you're going to do is you're going to write down all the things that you've won. One in the past, one this year, one last year, okay? Or how you placed at the last rodeo, first place, second place. Whatever it may be, you're going to write down some notes, the highlights of what you've done in your rodeo career. That is most important, because when you write that down, guess what that does? This is your resume. This gives you credibility as the rodeo rider. Now, here's what you're going to do with that piece of paper, okay? And here's another idea, okay? Just an idea, just throwing this out there, okay? Come up with kind of an AKA name for yourself, okay? Something that just sounds cool, or sounds neat, or sounds mean, or just sounds memorable. Remember what I said. You got to be memorable to the judges, the rodeo announcer, and the crowd, okay? You do. They want to remember you. So, try this. Give yourself a name like, hey, you know what? If your name is Kevin, okay? Kevin Salzman. Let's just say that that's your name. That's kind of cool, but you know what? You go to the rodeo and you have it, hey, check this out. We've got Rocky Kevin Salzman, okay? He's getting ready to ride, okay? AKA, they call him Rocky. Doesn't that sound pretty cool? So now watch. You have this all written down, everything that you've done. Okay, this is why this is so powerful, okay? You have it on a simple, tiny little piece of paper. And then you go up to the tower before the rodeo starts. You introduce yourself to the rodeo announcer, and you hand him this piece of paper and just say, hey, you know what? You don't mind saying something about me before I ride? Check this out. You know what the rodeo announcer is going to do? This is him, okay? He's up in the grandstand, and he's like, oh man, I gotta spend 2 hours, and I gotta talk about rodeo, and I gotta keep the crowd entertained, and I don't want them to get up and leave, and hopefully the rodeo clown's gonna do something to entertain the crowd. We've got 900 riders, and I don't know what to say about any of these riders. And then all of a sudden you come along and you're like, hey, can you say something about me? He's like, oh man. Oh, Kevin Salzman, they call him Rocky. Oh my gosh. Dude, and all of a sudden he's juiced. He's excited. Now he has something to talk about during your event, okay? He can't wait till it's your turn to ride. So then all of a sudden, so check this out. This is what he looks like, okay? 9,000 bull riders in the event. Okay, we got Steve. Ride Steve. Oh, okay. Oh, Steve's locked up. Okay, we got Jim. Oh, Jim's locked up. Oh, we got Frank. Oh, Frank's mucked off. Oh, we got another Jim. And oh, we got a Harold and he's mucked off. And then all of a sudden he's like, ladies and gentlemen, you'll never believe this guy. You don't want to go anywhere. You got to stay in your seats. Don't get up. Don't go anywhere. This is why you came here. Check this out. This guy, this next night guy, they call him a.k.a. Rocky Kevin Salzman. He's from New York. Now, check this out. He is 54 years old. He just returned to Rodeo after 23 years hiatus and taking time off. He has been training for the last several months, just like the guy on the Rocky Balboa show. The training's done. You've never seen it. Listen, back when he was younger, he won this and he won that. And oh my, get ready, folks. This is going to be good. This is going to be exciting. Come on, Kevin. Let's see you ride. Get him. Yeah. And then the crowd's going, yeah. And then the judges are like, Kevin, oh my gosh. Better lick my pencil and get ready to score him really high. Oh, Kevin. And then Kevin comes out. Even before he comes out, the crowd's like, ah! They're excited. Remember, you're there to entertain the crowd. Okay? Before he even nods his head, he's got 5 extra points just because the big deal the rodeo announcer made about him. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. How many rodeos you've been to and you've heard that, but it's always like, okay, well, here's Mark Gomes, and he's the 1989, 88, 87, 86. He's a 20-time world champion, and they run off of the gums for 1,000 years about how great this guy is, okay? You don't have to be a world champ. You don't have to be a circuit champ. You don't have to be a state champ, okay? Man, this could be your first rodeo. Maybe that's what you're talking about. If you're just getting started in rodeo, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Give the rodeo announcer a reason to get the crowd excited about you. Hey, check this guy out, man. He's just healing from a broken arm. Check this guy out. Man, you know what? His ride, his name is Wildman Jay, and his ride with a sprained, fractured ankle. Okay, he showed up on crutches. Am I making sense? Play the rodeo game. Okay? Already have the crowd want to see you win before they even get to you. Nobody is doing this. Guys, I started doing that years ago and it changed my entire riding career. Did I get favored? No, but I feel like that what I did get was I got the attention and I got scored what I deserved to be scored. And then once you get the crowd behind you, it is a win-win-win situation. And then you want to really take it a step farther. When you're done riding, okay, don't walk back behind the chutes. You walk over to the side of the arena, you climb over the fence, you go in the grandstands, and you just grab people's the programs, okay? Grab the program and say, man, you want an autograph? And then you go down and you find your name, you make a note of it, and you just sign it, okay? You've got to understand these people paid money, paid big money, or little money, whatever it is, to be there to cheer you on. They want an experience, and nobody in rodeo, I did it, but nobody in rodeo used to go into the crowd or goes into the crowd, okay? Whether you win or lose, you go do that. And I'm telling you, in the circuit that you're riding in, it won't take long at all. All of a sudden, doesn't matter what level of you're riding. Even if you get bucked up every single weekend, you got the crowd behind you, you got the announcer behind you, and you started getting the judges go, man, this got a really good kid. I want to see this guy win. Does that make sense? There's my tip. There was my secret. And one last other pro tip for you guys. Look how sharp this shirt looks, okay? It looks starched, it's pressed, it's starched, it's clean, it looks nice, okay? I look like a banker. So when you show up to the rodeo and you have this on, everybody goes, dang, who's Black Bart? Oh my gosh. And then when the crowd hears they make a big deal about you and then you're dressed to the nines, it's a new game, okay? Guys, do that. Take these pro tips that took me over 14 years to figure it out and start doing it, because all of a sudden, the game of rodeo, you're going to get the rodeo fans behind you and want to see you win. And here's the other cool thing. One last thing. Make sure that you video your rides, Because what you want to capture on video, the announcer making a big deal out of you, the crowd making a big deal out of you, the crowd roaring. After your ride, you wave at the crowd and the hat off. Woo! Okay, whether you get bucked off or win. Hey, how you doing? And you signing autographs to the crowd, okay? Capture that on video and start posting that on your social media channel and start tagging the companies that you want to get a sponsorship from, because now all of a sudden they're going to start seeing these videos you're tagging them in and be like, man, this guy's going to rodeo and man, he's a big deal. You know what? They want to put their name on somebody who's making a splash. They want to put their name on somebody who is a big deal. You don't have to be a big deal waiting for, I got to win the world championship first to be a big deal. No, wrong. You start talking about yourself right now that you're a big deal, okay? There it is, right there. There's the pro tip. Woo! That's what I'm talking about.